Yeah, welcome to episode 12. We got Thugnasty.
Bryce Mitchell, he's a wild one too.
You're a hardcore Christian now.
Right.
What converted you?
Basically what happened is I was having sex with a witch. I was having a sexual relationship with a witch. I believe for a long time in Joe Rogan podcast. Now I love Joe with all my heart, but he's full of shit. And I tell him right to his motherfucking face, he's full of shit. And we didn't come from no monkeys, motherfucker.
Some people may label you as a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to bring up flat earth. What do you believe in?
Well, I don't believe that the earth is flat. I know that it's flat because I know that I have proof. If somebody asks you, do you believe 2 + 2 is 4? You ain't gonna say, oh yeah, I believe that. You're gonna say, I know that, fool. Do you believe NASA or do you believe the Bible? Who's under the most spiritual attacks of any group today? Black. Look at the music. The trashiest, shittiest music you've ever seen all comes from black people. And it's just this demonic
It's
music.
the people that's greenlighting that music.
And
a lot of them, what Kanye said, happen to be Jewish.
The white Jews are telling the black people to make demonic music.
I didn't know you were a rapper.
I do like to rap.
Yeah? Yeah, go and give us some bars, give us a taste over here.
Shoot, man, I've been sitting on some bars here for quite a while. Fuck you, Ben Shapiro. I'll beat your ass. And look, if you mess with Candace Owens, I promise you, if you lay one little greasy finger on Candace Owens, I'm going to beat your ass.
Yeah, welcome to episode 12. We got Thugnasty.
Bryce Mitchell, he's a wild one too.
He from Arkansas.
He probably gonna get this whole podcast canceled.
That white boy, wow, boy. But before we get to Bryce, Thugnasty,
Yeah.
man, today is the day. It's been launched. Our all-in-one, all-natural supplement, Optimal Human.
That's right, the best all-natural whole health supplement on the market just launched. Y'all have heard us talk about it, and since the beginning of the Twins Pod, now it's time for you to see for yourselves. Head over to OptimalHuman.com and get your best whole health supplement on the market today.
Yeah. Yeah, welcome to episode 12. We got Bryce Mitchell. God damn it. Fucking talking like a Negro in here. Bryce Mitchell. All right, here we go.
Just calm your black ass down.
All right. I said it wrong, right?
It kind of slipped a bit.
All right, here we go.
Hey, that's all right, man. I get y'all mixed up sometimes.
Yeah.
We even, brother.
Yeah.
It's an honor to be here.
Yeah.
God bless you guys, and thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Man, Thugnasty. How did you get that nickname?
Dude, I can't even talk about it, man. And
I know who you got it.
you know, I mean,
Thugnasty. Put two and
come
two
on,
together.
man. They know me back home, and here's the thing: is like, if I told people the story of my life, there's elements of it that people wouldn't even believe.
Yeah.
And that's, I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult, but some of the
Right.
things I've done, I could tell you here, and people just wouldn't believe it. They'd be
really?
shocked, you know. But
What was life
anyways,
like growing up? I know we grew up. We were very poor.
Yeah, we grew up in Virginia, in the South, just like you, in Arkansas.
Well, shoot, I had it pretty good. Didn't have a dad there, but I think that helped with really flourishing into who I am, being.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably where my hatred for the government comes from, you know? It's like
Yeah.
having no father figure, so having that kind of rebellious spirit. Like, oh, you ain't gonna tell me what to do. You ain't my daddy, bitch, you know? Like,
Right. Yeah.
you know?
I had that same attitude when I went to boot camp. They straightened my ass out real quick.
Yeah,
U.S. Marine Corps.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
straighten your black ass out real quick.
I believe
That
that.
was a great
Yeah.
experience. Can you share any of the attributes that led to your name of Thugnasty?
Shoot, man, I was
If you
known
want
as-
to, you don't have to.
I was known as rough and tough, man. You
Yeah.
know? I can tell you some
Bar
stories.
fighter?
I can tell you a story.
Yeah.
Now, look,
I just saw a switch flip on you.
well, I was a different person back then anyways. I'll tell you a story about this. For example, after I tell you the story, you'll know why they call me Thugnasty, okay? But
Okay.
look, this statute of limitations got me covered. So,
That's a smart man.
well, fuck all these naysayers.
Right, right.
And here's why I am ashamed of my actions in the story, but at the same time, I saved the guy's life.
Okay.
Now, to save his life, I had to beat his ass.
Hey, sometimes you need a good ass whooping. That's what my dad used to tell me all the time.
And this is what happens, guys. So I'm sitting here.
Uh-huh.
Pee Wee coach calls me up. I ain't talked to. Ain't his real name. We're just gonna call him
Okay.
Coach Bobby.
Coach Bobby.
Bobby Knight.
Okay, so Bobby calls me up. I ain't seen Bobby in 20 years.
Okay.
Bobby calls me up. He says, Bryce, I love you so much.
Mm-hmm.
I just love you, man. Good to hear from you. I said, what's up, Bobby? I love you too, man. What's up?
Mm-hmm.
He says, look, man, and people knew that I could like fight and just wasn't scared to fight. You know, I'm not. This is back in the day. I didn't even have a lot of training back in the day, but I was just known as a guy who just wasn't scared to fight if I had to. I didn't get in a lot of fights, but I wasn't scared of nobody.
Yeah. How old were you at the time?
This is my teens.
Okay.
So Bobby calls me up. He says, "Hey man, I need a favor of you." I said, "Well, what's up? What do you need?" He says, "I need you to beat this dude's ass." And we're going to say dude's ass is named Billy.
Okay.
Now, you got to remember, Coach Bobby is 20, 30, maybe 40 years my superior.
Okay.
And he's asking me to beat Billy's ass. So I'm thinking, well, shit, yeah, I'm going to really need a good reason because here's the thing. I went to school with Billy.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Billy sat by each other in class. Now, Billy was a quiet kid. We weren't ever friends. We didn't ever talk, but I never had a problem with Billy. I never had one incident with Billy where I wanted to do anything bad to Billy. So I'm sitting
what
here.
the hell did Billy do?
So I'm like, what the hell did Billy do? The coach says, well, he'd been fucking my wife.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Billy's been fucking my wife. So Bobby says, look, if you don't go over there and beat Billy's ass for me, like right now, he says, look, I'm going to kill him with a baseball bat. Now, you got to understand, Coach Bobby. Coach Bobby's passed away now, so that's why I don't really mind sharing some of this story. He's an older guy. But Bobby, he's already got felony charges. Coach Bobby, he's fucking nuts, man. And Coach Bobby, he was like in Pee Wee football, man. Like, if you disrespect Coach Bobby, he's going to beat your ass right there in the field. You know, but I love Coach Bobby. That's what I love about him.
How the hell Coach Bobby passed the background check?
He don't give a fuck, you know? And so Coach Bobby says, yeah, I'm going to use a bat. Now, here's the thing about Coach Bobby. He's already got the murder weapon picked out. He's already had felony charges for attacking dudes with bats because there was another dude that was fucking his wife, and he went up to a party, and he kicked in the door with the bat, same said bat, and he proceeds to knock everybody unconscious, almost beats people to death with this bat, but there was over 10 people there. Well, Coach Bobby, he don't care, dude. He just running there. And these was all kids as teenagers, but one of these teenagers was fucking his wife. So he went in there.
Sound like Coach Bobby's married to a whore, or he's not fucking her right.
We're both.
Probably a little of both, right?
If I was afraid of Coach Bobby, I said, man, I think you need a new woman.
That's what I'd have said too. But here's my proposition. Here's where we're at. Billy's gonna die tomorrow. And Bobby says, look, I'll give you $300. I'll go over there and beat Billy's ass.
That's premeditated. That's first degree.
I said, look, so you're telling me if I go beat Billy's ass, you ain't going to kill him. You ain't going to beat him with this baseball bat to death. And he says, yeah. He said, I'm cool. If you just beat his ass real good for me, I'm cool. I'm done with it. And I said, you're going to pay me $300. He said, as soon as you get done, I'll pay you $300.
You cheat, man.
He's
got like $2,500.
I was a teenager, man. I didn't give a fuck.
That's a lot of money for a teenager.
Yeah. You know, and so I'm thinking $300, and this dude's a chump anyways. You know, he was bigger than me, but he don't train or nothing. He just, you know, but he was big. Like I was thinking, you know, I better fucking cheap shot him good. You know? And like I said, and I wasn't a Christian during any of this either. So right now, my moral obligation would be, look, I'm hurting somebody because of somebody else's sin. I'm not getting wrapped up in somebody else's sin. I have no moral compass. I have no God in my life. Okay, this is a different area in my life, guys. And so
Bryce Mitchell.
I'll beat your ass for $300, especially if you fucking Bobby's wife.
Yeah,
you know, and shoot. So it was Halloween week, and so Bobby says, "Look, I know where Billy's at. He's at the bar with my wife right now."
And he need his ass whooped.
Yeah.
At the bar out in the open.
Out in the open, man.
In Arkansas, everybody know each other.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's like small town, and you're sitting there.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, you know what, this guy
Bobby
deserves.
need his ass beat.
He needs his ass beat because if not, he's gonna get killed. You know. So
yeah.
I'm like, fuck it. Well, you know, when you want me to do this? He says tonight.
Yeah.
And he says, I know where they're at right now. He says, here's the bar. Here's the titty bar is what it was. But
It was in a titty bar.
he's at the titty bar, dude. But yeah.
This story keeps getting better and better.
Yeah. And the titty bar's having a Halloween night, so everybody's dressed up. But look.
This shit will only happen in Arkansas.
Well, that's how I got set up right there because I had the perfect entry because I dressed up like a burglar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I got that was my costume. I was sitting out in the parking lot with a ski mask on.
Yeah.
And look, I don't ride motorcycles, but one of my motorcycle buddies, he gave me a pair of hard motorcycle gloves. And, you know, it's some ones with the hard shell on the knuckle, hard shell on the back fist.
Right.
I put a pair of hand wraps on. I taped the hand wraps. I put the motorcycle gloves on top of that and cut the fingertips off because I knew I was going to grab this motherfucker. You know, so I got my fingertips cut off, hands just a solid brick, just two bricks in my hands.
Right.
Got my ski mask on, and well, first off, how did I get to the titty bar? My getaway driver, he's just drunk as piss. Yeah, I called up my best friend to be my getaway driver.
Yeah,
You know,
he's drunk.
Oh, dude, he'd been drinking like a fish that night.
This is some Arkansas shit, right?
we pull up to the titty bar.
Yeah.
And they got cameras in the parking lot. And I'm like sitting here telling him, I'm like, buddy, look at these cameras. And he's, oh, dude, I know the owner. He says he'll let me beat any of these guys. He said I could beat any of these dudes' asses. We'll get the cameras took care of, dude. Don't worry about it. Just beat his ass. Let's get the fuck out of here. And we're thinking, okay, and I'm trying to get everything done quick because, like I said, now I drug my best friend into this, but he owed me one anyway. So, motherfucker, you better come through on this one. And so we're sitting out there. He's drunk. And all of a sudden, Billy comes out. He got his arm around the chick, too. And so I'm thinking, okay, it's time to go, So,
Billy's got it coming.
Yeah, and I'm all wrapped up and everything. So they took a right to their car over there. And right when when they started walking to their car, they first walking straight out the door. Mm-hmm. And then before they started turning, I'd walk by them. But I'm in a ski mask, gloved up, but it's a Halloween party. I'm just dressed up like a burglar. They don't even think nothing of it. Yeah. So I walked about 2 to 3 feet beside them, looking straight at the door. I never looked at them to make them suspicious, and they're probably a little bit drunk anyways. They're not thinking I'm about to get cheap shotted. So he walks by me, and then I turn around, and he gets about 3 feet by me, 4 feet, I don't know, and he starts to turn. That's when I turn, come up, left hook, put him out, but I knew to get my $300 I had to bust him up. So I started throwing knees, I started throwing elbows, and he was out, but he was still like doing this. He was like trying to grab me, but he wasn't really grabbing. He was kind of like stiff, and I was just like, fuck you, just hitting him. And then at some point I'm like, you know what, this is enough. I need to get out of here.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I'm floating in the air. My feet's doing this. Oh, yeah? I'm dangling. My ski mask been pulled over my head. Mm-hmm. Now, the only thing that's going to lift me up is somebody about 6'6".
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, I hear a good old boy behind me. He said, you better fucking quit squirming. Then I feel about 3 other good old boys around me. I'm talking hands on me. One of them up under the armpits like a forklift, lifted my ass up. I'm doing this. And he said, stop squirming. I said, look, guys, I surrendered. The job is done. Mm-hmm. I said,
the job is done.
I mean, dude's sitting over there like, oh, what the fuck is going on? He don't even know what hit him, But honestly, I saved that motherfucker's life, so he better not be mad at me. He better not come to retaliate. I'll beat Billy's ass again. Yeah. Okay, but anyways.
I think you might have saved 3 lives.
I saved everybody's life. Let me tell you what. And then, so old boy got me up, right? And this is when my best friend come to save my ass again, time after time. I think we're spiritually connected, bro, because like every time there's been some physical altercation, my old boy comes through. So I'm sitting there, ski mask over my head. I feel 4 dudes around me. One's got me up like a forklift. And then I hear my buddy just drunk as hell over there. Now, he's a big dude. He's a big, scary dude. One of the good old boys that's got me hoisted up in the air says, hey, he's with him. He's with him. Now, my big dude that's with me, he demands all the attention. You see what I'm saying? He's 260. You see what I'm saying? So we're talking, if he's in on it, you better get him under control. And one of them saying, hey, he's in on it. So the old boy that's lifting me up, he puts me down, the big 6'6" one. And then at that point, there's only one dude holding me. He's got me in a straight up old school headlock, like a bully choke like that, but his dude's fat as hell, man. It's just like they let the fat dude hold me. And straight up, like he's squeezing as hard as he can, but I got so much room to jiggle my head. And as soon as they let go, all the attention gets diverted to my buddy. And I back my head out. Boom. I push my head out, and I just take off running down the road. Now, we already had a plan. I didn't have no phone, no ID on me or nothing, just in case I had to hit the woods. Because, I mean, this is where I grew up. I know the woods, So if I can just get a head start, and none of these motherfuckers will ever catch me on foot. None of these DEA, CIA, FBI, none of these bitches are gonna catch me on foot in the Arkansas woods. you ain't gonna do it. You're gonna have to have lasers, hounds, all sorts of shit. The night vision. You ain't gonna catch me on foot, bitch.
Yeah, you playing this pretty good.
And I'm out and I hit them woods. I'm just running as fast as I can. A good old boy, that 6'6" one, he starts chasing me. Hit boy chased me a half mile down the road. Now, half mile, the other 3, there were 4 people holding me. Only 3 of them chased me. One was a fat dude. He didn't even try to run.
Yeah.
You know, he's too fat.
He knew better.
He knew better than that. And so all of them chase after me, all 3 of them. But then it comes down, and after about 200 yards, the other 2 stop chasing me. Then it's just a 6'6" cowboy. He's in cowboy boots with a cowboy hat on. He said, "You little bitch, I'm going to beat your ass right now." He said, "You're running like a little bitch." And we get a half mile out. It's just me and him on a dark road.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm about to turn around and whoop this old boy's ass. Then thank God he stops chasing me, because then I could just keep kind of jogging and patiently. Then my getaway plan was, at the time, have my ex-girlfriend sit at Walmart all night. If I didn't call you, just stay at Walmart, because Walmart's over 10 miles away. I've never even run this far in my life. So I'm just running down this dark road thinking, oh, shit, I knew I fucked up. We got caught for sure. I'm fucking going to prison. I think I'm safe now because statute of limitations.
Right.
That was over 10 years ago, so I'm fucking in the
You were a
clean now.
teenager, too.
I was a teenager.
You're under 18.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Even
So-
if it wasn't statute of limitations, they would treat you as a juvenile.
Right, and so basically then I got to the Walmart 10 miles away. Got away with that one, but I would never, under any circumstance, do some shit like that
Yeah,
again.
were you in track? What did you do in high school,
Yeah,
sports-wise?
I did cross country.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I mean, I can run.
Oh, yeah, nobody's catching
These
your ass.
bitches ain't catching me, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm straight up, especially in the woods. No.
I remember the cross-country dudes. Ain't nobody kicking.
And I grew up in the woods, too. I could
Yeah.
sprint through woods. That's a whole different skill set.
It is finally here. Yep. Look at that beautiful package. Looks black man proof. Here it is right here. Yeah. It's professional. Look at the show it to him. Damn, you are a fucking idiot. That's enough, Kevin. I said it's enough. Oh man, that is tasty. Yeah? Yeah. Can I have some? Hold on. I feel like a new man. 90 plus ingredients. Good health. Brain health. It's got lion's mane. That's Wanda. Kind of got like a green tea flavor. It's a great drink, man. If you trying to live a healthy life, Optimal Human, man. Optimal Human. Yeah. Optimal Human. OptimalHuman.com/Hodgetwins. You get 50% off. You like to fight. Is that what got you started in MMA?
I like to win fights.
Yeah. Yeah. It's only fun when you win. When you lose, man, like, man.
It's just like gambling, man. It's only fun when you're winning.
That's
As soon as you start losing money, this ain't fun anymore. We was looking at your division. You're a welterweight, right?
Featherweight.
Featherweight. Yeah, featherweight. We was looking at your division. Pull up your
Man, ain't got to pull up. Your division is full of killers.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You ever think about like adding like 60 pounds and move up to the heavyweights?
I'm going to have to add
Because you got a
60 pounds.
very tough division.
Right, I got to add 60 pounds just to fight at featherweight. That's actually part of my game plan now, is to bulk up, because I'm fighting these bigger guys, which they've always been bigger. But, man, at the top 10, they're just so much. These guys are walking around 190. So I'm bulking up a little bit, and that's going to be a good changing strategy for me. But, you're right.
When I started looking at the MMA, I thought the bigger guy would easily win. But it's the direct opposite.
It's a lot more technical than that.
Yeah, it's real technical. It's all about your wind and endurance.
Well, if you put a heavyweight in there with the featherweight, most likely heavyweight's going to win.
Right.
The heavyweights have a whole different style than featherweight. Heavyweights don't grapple like featherweights grapple, you know?
Right.
Right. Yeah, but, man, your division is loaded. You're what, number 10 in your division? Or
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 9 or 10.
Yeah.
But
Who's
that's why they call me Thugnasty, because of stupid shit like that, man. They started calling me Thugnasty, and it just sticks.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm a different person now, but
Yeah.
there's my past for you right there on the table.
Yeah, who's your toughest who's the toughest person you fought in the octagon?
Man.
All of them are tough.
Yeah. I'm looking for the toughest.
I say one of the toughest dudes.
Yeah.
They just he just doesn't seem to get tired, and he won't quit. It'd be Edson Barbosa. I mean, but like Emmett, I fought Emmett last fight. He damn near killed me. I mean, seriously, he put me out so bad. I think I seen Jesus that night. You know.
Yeah.
But
Did that make you want to quit or?
no, it makes me want to beat somebody's ass. But here's the thing: is like Emmett. It's hard to say if Emmett is tougher than Barbosa, because like Barbosa has that cardio and that endurance, and I just don't know. But I didn't even. Emmett, I can't even remember nothing, so I can't tell you how tough he is. But I could tell you, I just remember Barbosa just having that unbreakable will. And that when you talk about toughness, you think about an unbreakable will. Somebody that
keep coming.
And if they're tired, it's like they might go a little bit more defensive, but they're never out of the fight. Like even when you're on the offense, you know, oh, dude, you better play it safe because at any moment this guy could get up. Like I remember when I got Barbosa down, it's just so relieving because when he's up on his feet, bro, he's there to kill you. You know.
I watched Kevin Strickland. He gives me anxiety.
I mean, Sean Strickland.
Sean Strickland.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Sean Strickland.
Speaking of,
I was watching him, man. He gives me anxiety when I see him fighting people. I'm not even in the ring with them. He's constantly charging you. If I was around, like, fuck it, man, you won't let me breathe.
And his defense is just impeccable.
Yeah.
And that's really what makes him so good is his foundation and defense, his investment in defense, and his will to win, his will to overcome. That's what makes him special, along with his defense.
Yeah.
Actually, it was funny. I'll say that because I seen Strickland at the gym yesterday, right? And we've talked it up a couple times, but and I've just insisted that I have to train with him because he's a champion and because there's something about him that just fucking scares the shit out of me. And so I wanna train with him. I wanna put myself into that situation. Now I don't want to die, you know.
Right.
But here's the thing is like, so I was at the gym with him yesterday just talking like, hey, brother, let's get some training in. He said, oh, yeah, and he loves me. I love him, dude, like just because of his personality, not even from his fighting and his training, but I love his personality more than anything. But I see him at the gym, and I'm like, okay, I got to train with you, bro. Then guess what I had a dream of last night? This is my subconscious fucking with me.
Okay.
I had a dream last night, and I've never had one of these dreams before, especially about Sean Strickland. I had a dream. Basically, I come to in the dream. All my coaches is around me. Got Rolly, TJ, and Willie. And they're like, hey, man, you know, you got to keep training. You got this fight coming up. And I'm like, what fight? They said, you're fighting Strickland in 3 days. I said, Sean Strickland? And they said, yeah. Now, this dude's got like he's 50 pounds bigger than me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's a fucking world champ.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because, you know, in front of a coach, you never show weakness in front of a coach.
Right.
I was like, Sean Strickland? Talking about Sean? I said, in 3 days? They said, yeah, Bryce, you already signed the contract. I'm having a fucking nightmare. I'm thinking, I signed the contract. Oh, yeah. You know, I'm playing it cool. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. We're signed. They're like, yeah, your main event. You signed the contract with Sean already. Yeah. I'm like, well, I just seen him at the gym yesterday. We was cool. And he's like, no, y'all are fighting now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, shit, man, what's he walking around at? They're like 200 plus.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, what was I at? They said 155. I said, well, shit, I got to start eating. I said, what weight are we fighting at? And coaches said 170. I said, hell, I'm a 45. And they said, look, you signed it. And look, I mean, this is what you have to do for your family now. I said, well, fuck yeah. Let's fucking fight. You know, I said, let's go. I said, I got to start eating. So the coaches take me to the buffet, and in the dream, the dream ends just me just stuffing my face, and they're like, come on, champ, keep eating. Keep eating. I'm trying to get to 170 to fight Strickland.
Beat your fat ass tomorrow.
Hit me like a pinata. All that shit's going to fall out of me.
So you're a hardcore Christian now, right?
Yeah. Right.
Absolutely.
What was what converted you? Can you put it in a moment?
Absolutely. It was one moment. It was instantaneous. I had a supernatural experience that led me to God. And the only God that is true is Jesus. And let's take, for example, the other gods, the other so-called gods, the other so-called prophets. The most popular one's called Muhammad. He came after Jesus. He was very sexually impure. He had a 6-year-old wife, a 9-year-old wife, an 11-year-old wife. He had all these wives. He was not pure. Muhammad was not a prophet. He was not a man of God. He had multiple wives. That's why these Muslims probably don't feel bad about treating women bad, treating women as equal. But I'm not trying to just make everybody mad here, but I'm just trying to tell you there is one God, and his name is Jesus Christ. It's the Son of God. There's a Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. But it took me a while to figure out all this stuff, and so how I came to Jesus basically was I was living in sin. I was drowning in sin. You could hear a little bit about my past, the dumb shit that I was doing. I was beating up Billies at the bar and chasing promiscuous women, and it was really just destroying my life. I was living in sin. I was completely helpless. And basically what happened is I was having sex with a witch. I was having a sexual relationship with a witch. And you know, it's not like hocus pocus. We're talking like an evil bitch, like that casts spells, and and I didn't believe in witchcraft. I didn't believe in demons. I didn't believe in God. And one day she fully possessed. The demon manifested. She punched a window, so all this fucking blood's going down her arm and she won't leave. But this is when I was trying to finally break up with her, and I'd actually packed up her stuff. So this is like the final shebang, like the demon's last chance to really fucking kill me.
Right.
And so, because I have her stuff packed, and she has come back to get her stuff that has been packed. And I said, look, just you can come in, because I was going to hand her stuff, outside the gate and just not even let her in. But she said, oh, please, just let me come in and get my stuff, please. I said, okay. And she's acting perfectly normal. She gets in, close the gate, demon manifests.
What you do? You hit the bitch?
No. But I wanted to. I tell you that right now. But I should have. No, I shouldn't have.
Oh, man, she's a demon. Knock that bitch out.
Yeah. But then the demon wins. That's the sad part. That's what the demon actually wanted. So this bitch comes up here. She starts killing my tomato plants. I had 17 tomato plants that year. She killed all 17 of them. She just smacked hammer.
You grew up on a farm, right? You have a
farm?
I
grew up in a city, but I moved to the farm basically. Well, that's a whole different story. I can tell you exactly why I moved to a farm. But let me tell you what happened with this demon. She starts hammer fisting my tomato plants. And then I just come between her and the plants. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, bitch. And don't you ever touch my plants again.
You already had them tomatoes ready for a nice salad, huh?
Yeah, dude.
You just waiting to make that hamburger.
I had 17 of them. They was in pots and everything, man. They had that pot and soil on them. I did real good on them. They had just sprung up, too. But, yeah, so they
kept the damn rabbits away.
Yeah. And so she goes to the garage and just she got blood all over, because she punched a window, then starts hammer fisting tomato plants, and now I got this crazy woman screaming with blood all down her arm and shit, and everywhere. The blood's all over, and because she broke a window, and then she goes into my shop, runs in there and starts breaking shit, and I run into the shop and I said, stop, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? I said, you don't have to be like this. And she says, we didn't do anything. And so when she said, we didn't do anything, that's what first took me aback. And she didn't look at me when she said it. So she's looking at a wall, and she says, we didn't do anything. And I thinking, bitch, who you with? Then she begins speaking in tongues to the wall, just whispering things that's not English. And so it's just, she's speaking in tongues, a demonic language I've never heard. It wasn't a language; it was just gibberish. She's gone crazy, and then that's when it hit me that basically the presence of a demon hit me, and I felt something so dark in the room that it just scared me. And now I don't get scared of demons anymore. You never ever get scared of demons ever. That's anti-Christian 101. Do not fear a demon. But in that moment, I didn't know what this was. I didn't know who the savior of humanity was, Jesus Christ. And so I feel this dark presence, and I know that this is demonic. This is no longer earthly. And I said, in the name of Jesus Christ, I command all evil to leave this property. And the only reason I called upon Jesus Christ in that moment was because of good friends and the way I was raised. Like my mom, me, Papa, they was all about Jesus. And I'd never found Jesus. I was corrupted by public education. I believe for a long time in Joe Rogan podcast. He spews so much bullshit. It makes me so mad. Now, I love Joe with all my heart, but he's full of shit. And I tell him right to his motherfucking face, he's full of shit. And we didn't come from no monkeys, motherfucker. But these type of influences led me to this atheist life, and then it justified my sin, because when you're an atheist, there's nothing wrong. So I can live in my sin. I can chase as many women as I want, and I can do all this, and bam, now I'm here. Now I'm dealing with my sin, and I can't deal with it. And before I cast her out in the name of Jesus Christ, part of what made everybody said, why don't you call a law on her? I said, look, I'm going to have to call a law on you. And she said, look, I want you to, because I'm going to stab myself. And when they get here, you're going to lose everything. You're going to lose this farm. You'll never fight in the UFC again. I'll take every fucking sponsorship you ever had. You're nothing. You're a piece of shit. And I'll put you in prison and take everything from you. And I fucking hate you. And that's what she said, word for word. Well, I ain't calling the law now. Who am I going to call? And now she's speaking in tongues. I know this is demonic. I know at this point. So I say, in the name of Jesus Christ, I command any evil to leave. And I said it with full authority, because at that moment, I actually felt the Holy Spirit enter my body for the first time ever. And it was like a shot of adrenaline. And in that moment, I became a Christian. So then she spread out her wings like a bat. Like, this bitch is a demon. basically. You know, demons got wings. So she spread her arms out and walked up to me, and she said, you will have 3 children. They will all die. You will lose every fight the rest of your life. And then she casted an upside-down cross on me, and she touched me with each 4 points. No, she touched me on the forehead. She didn't touch the first 3 points, but she went chest, shoulder, shoulder, forehead, and tapped me like that. Like that's how they do a curse. But when I say she cursed me, it wasn't like, screw you, this, that. It was a literal curse upon death to my children and no prosperity in my life. She said a literal curse on me. And then I said, because I've been taught through my mom. And in that moment, I knew that Jesus was real. So I was covered with the full authority of Jesus. Even though I'm a sinner, even though without Jesus I'm going to hell, it doesn't matter. When Jesus has your back, there is no demon in hell that can harm you. And I found that out. And I said, you'll do nothing in the name of Jesus Christ. And then she left. There was no conflict, no blows. The only thing that happened that was bad was she punched a window. And that's how she got bloodied up, because she broke my fucking window. I got the broken window to fucking prove it.
Yeah.
You know?
You still talk? Y'all still have a
Hell no.
No.
No,
Demon,
she still
damn demon.
she still come over to kill me and stuff like.
Yeah.
And that's part of what I have to live with, is I have to live with my sin. And, you know, she'll come over and, like, kill my fruit trees, so I have to have neighbors. But she's come over and just fucked a lot of shit up at my property. But she come over to kill some fruit trees.
She still come over there, huh?
She's possessed by a demon. So if y'all would just pray for her, I know you don't know her name or nothing, but I pray for her all the time that she's released from these demons, because they're going to plague me until they're released from her, because she sees me as the only person that was ever right to her, really. You know, I was such a nice guy that I'm the best thing that ever happened to her, and I've done moved on. And those demons won't let her move on. She wants to kill me. She wants to kill my child. She wants to kill my wife. She wants to kill my fruit trees. She wants to kill my cows. She wants to kill. Y'all don't understand the enemy if you don't understand demons. They seek death and destruction. I have seen them. I have heard them. I have felt them. I know what demons are, and I know that they're real. That's how I came to Christ.
You know what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to bobby her ass. That's what you're going to have to do, and run them damn tree lines again.
Hey,
yeah, go ahead.
I would ask you this. You're really religious. I hear it's coming from the Jewish community. They're saying that Christ is king is anti-Semitic in some circumstances.
Is that true?
Well, I bet they are saying that. The Jews are the one that hung him on a cross and beat him to death. You know, it makes sense that those same people today are still trying to defile his name.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Man, but you can't say that on over video, especially YouTube.
Say what?
Say anything that's criticizing.
You can criticize them. You just got to know how to do it, I guess.
Yeah.
You can't do it like Kanye style. Do it like that.
Yeah, I think that the Jews at the higher level, I think some of them are the most corrupted people on the planet. They're up there with some of the evilists. Now, not all of them. I'm not saying all of them, but I'm saying...
Not generalizing the whole group. They said they're powerful.
We can say that for Christian preachers, too.
Exactly. You could do that with Catholic pedophiles.
Yes.
On average, they're the worst. Catholic pedophiles. Now, does that mean my Catholic buddies are evil? No. Are my Jewish buddies evil? No. But I'm telling you, some of these Zionist Jews that have all the money control Hollywood, control the music.
Control politics.
Control politics. America. Yeah, damn right.
They control who gets elected in this country.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so, a lot of them are evil. I agree completely.
Yeah. We got a damn good episode going on.
Hey, before we get to that, over 94% of y'all are watching, but you ain't subscribed. What kind of bullshit is that? Did you forget? We got a lot of damn good shows coming.
Yeah.
I mean, famous people.
Yeah.
I'm not having a bunch of plumbers and got some real people. Well, they real too, but
No, they ain't.
they ain't famous. I got famous people coming on. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so y'all get notified whenever we got a damn new show coming.
Well, these people, they got brains. They know how to subscribe. And
Well, the white producers is telling us to say that shit.
Who's under the most spiritual attacks of any group today? Black. Look at the music. Look at the black fucking the trashiest, shittiest music you've ever seen. All comes from black people.
Right.
You know, and it's just this demonic
It's
music.
the people that's greenlighting that music.
And
And, a lot of them, what Kanye said, happen to be Jewish.
The white Jews are telling the black people to make demonic music. I'm telling you, the white Jews got all the money, and then they pay these black people to make trash music and put it out. And it's beyond trashy music. It's demonic music, and it's about killing. It's about sexual impurity. And then they blast it on their radios. Here's another thing: the government's against black people. You got the welfare state. You see what I'm saying? You got most of the people locked up is black people. They don't even make up that significant of the population, but in prison they do. You see what I'm saying? So black people are under attack spiritually,
that
physically,
culture.
legally. They're always under attack. They're always being persecuted. That right there could tell you potentially they are God's people. But here's the thing: is like I kind of came to that reasoning myself, and the reason being is Africa is the Middle East. The only thing that separates it is that Suez Canal. And so before that, you could just, like back in the day when the Bible was wrote, you could walk from Israel to Egypt. Well, look at the people in Egypt. Look at the people in Africa. They're all black.
Right.
And so I figure that those are the people that's writing these stories in the Middle East. Here's another piece of logic that goes with it. The white people don't hang out in the desert. They don't. They hang out up there where it gets cold, and they run their wood stoves in the winter. I know how white people get down. They bunker down in the winters.
Right.
But the white people, they don't mind the winter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
They love jumping in cold water too.
That's what I'm saying. And,
Vikings.
but black people, man, they's down there in the arid desert in Africa. And so these biblical figures being black don't surprise me one bit at all. And I actually think it's a sin to talk about Jesus being white because we don't know. And we don't know that he was black, but not a sin to talk about it, but it's a sin to press it upon people to the point where you have a fake picture of white Jesus.
Yeah, let's pull up a picture of white Jesus.
That's what I'm talking about is a sin. And here's why I believe it's a sin. Actually, a black pastor told me that it was sinful, and I agree with him. His name is Vadi Bachman, but he's just one of my favorites. But anyways, Vadi, he says that if you have a picture of white Jesus like that in your home, he believes it's sin. And the reason is because you don't know that that's what Jesus looked like. Now you're worshiping an idol.
Right.
It's okay to have a cross. We know what the cross looked like, you know, but to have a picture of white Jesus, you're worshiping something that you don't even know what Jesus looked like. And now you're going to put and why don't you ever see black Jesus?
Right.
You know, it's like people are scared of that, but they'll worship this fake white Jesus. I bet you I bet he looked like y'all. Had nice bronze on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's good looking.
Yeah.
I got a hair of wool.
Hey, what does Revelation say about what Jesus looks like?
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire, and his feet like unto fine brass.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Fine brass is brown. It's light brown.
Because they say his hair was white as white wool, but it doesn't say that his hair was the texture of wool.
Right, and this is also talking about in Revelation, I believe, when he comes back either on a white horse or some type of horse, and he comes back to kill all the evil. And so
What do you think?
It also said as if they burned in a furnace.
His feet.
Yeah.
And then it says his eyes were as flame as of fire. What do you think that means?
Probably,
his eyes flame as
probably pissed at the time.
Yeah,
light brown.
He's coming in to kill the evil. This is when Jesus comes back the second time. He now when he died the first time, he was the lamb. The lamb turns into the lion at the end of the book, and when Jesus comes back, he's no longer the lamb. He is the lion. He is here to devour, destroy the enemy, and he will not have mercy on those fools that day.
Yeah.
And so he could have took a different look for that battle too. You know, he could have had flames coming out of his eyes just for that one battle for Armageddon. And maybe after the battle, his eyes go back to not being flames. We don't know. But based off that description, I could see how somebody could say, look, he's got a light brown to him because his feet are of bronze or his feet are of brass. But I just always figured he's in the Middle East. They can walk from Egypt to Africa to Israel. And like I said, the white people don't fuck around in the desert. They don't do it.
Yeah, they burn. Like white people burn.
I don't fuck around no desert, dude. You ain't gonna see me. I'm gonna stay up in the hills. I can take a winter. You know, I ain't going no fucking desert.
Hey, bring up a map. I want to see how close Africa is to the Middle East, like Israel. That's like
It's right there.
Yeah, it's real close.
I mean, that's the Israelites walked from Egypt to you know what I'm saying, when they were out of slavery.
Jewish people were more likely back in those times were black. Or brown.
Very well could have been. Very well could have been.
Well, that place used to be called Palestine, and Israel was formed in, 1948? Something like that. But those were European, where white people typically live, white Jews.
Yeah.
And they put them there in the middle
because everybody
of
wanted
a bunch of people look just like, I would say, probably like me. Oh, right there. Are you talking about right there? It's Spain, huh?
Yeah, go and scan.
Where's that canal you were talking about? Yeah, you
Suez
could.
Canal,
You can just,
that's a key for transportation between the Red Sea and the Mediterranean. That Suez Canal, that's man-made. There used to be nothing stopping you. From walking.
right there, the Red Sea.
Well, it connects the Red Sea and the Mediterranean.
Oh,
That's
I
why
see.
it's important militarily. Like in World War II, we almost lost to the Nazis because the Nazis almost conquered the Suez Canal.
Oh, okay.
You know who came through?
Who?
I'm almost certain it was Patton. Patton. This is what happened. We was getting our asses kicked by the Nazis because they had better tanks back in the day.
Right,
And
they
the
did.
Nazis, they was making their way to the Suez Canal. If they get the Suez Canal, they get the oil, they get the trade. They'll get right over Saudi Arabia. Once they have all the oil they need, they're unstoppable, dude.
Right.
And so we couldn't let these Nazis get over to that eastern part, to Saudi Arabia, to take the oil. We'd had 2 runs where we had tried to make barricades and stop this German. It was Rommel. Right? I mean, Rommel was Hitler's best dude. He was running through Africa, just destroying everything with his tanks. I'm making up numbers. He had 100-something tanks, 200 tanks. But these motherfuckers, back in the day, 200 tanks like that, all in unison. They're all faster than American tanks. They can shoot better. They have longer range. They're just in better
They
unison.
could actually shoot through the other tanks.
Yeah, the Shermans wasn't shit. I'm sorry. The Americans were using the Shermans. That's right. And the Shermans wasn't shit compared to these German Panzers.
You couldn't even penetrate it. It was only a certain area where you could penetrate them.
Right. And
Yeah.
so they're running around, these Nazis they're taking over Africa, North Africa, and they're destroying everything. Well, the Americans also, the number one thing they have is the lack of leadership and the lack of experience. The Nazis was already good at killing people. They had already done it all over Europe. And so they're conquering Africa. We made 2 separate runs at making barricades every single time. We tried to stop those Germans. There was 0 German casualties, all American casualties, and all Americans had retreated. Happens 1 time. Oh, that's not good. Happens 2 times. Oh, that's not good. Happens 3 times. They're about to take all of Africa and get the oil. They're about to win the war. Who's U.S. call up?
Who do you call
Patton.
General Patton.
That motherfucker draws a line in the sand, and he says, we're going to die before we cross this line. Y'all hear me? He says, there is no retreat. None. And who held the line that day? That red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
Y'all best know it. We held the line because of Patton, because of that strong leader. And Sun Tzu said this in his Art of War. When he really wanted his people to fight, he would give them no retreat. He would put their back to a cliff. He put their back to the ocean. When he wanted his men to fucking bite down on their mouthpiece and fight, he said no retreat. Patton did the same thing. Day 1 leadership. Line in the sand. Says, hey, if you cross this, we're dead. He said, I'll kill you if you cross this line. Motherfucker, we're not letting nobody cross this line alive. And that's how we held them. And then we stopped Rommel. I believe that was Patton. Now, my history, Josh Emmett hit me so hard I forgot half my history. But if I got some names mixed up, I'm sorry, but that's the gist of the story.
Yeah. Hey, I want to change gears. Some people may label you as a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to bring up flat Earth. What do you believe in?
Well, I don't believe that the earth is flat. I know that it's flat because I know that I have proof. And when you know something, it's like if somebody asks you, do you believe 2 + 2 is 4? You ain't going to say, oh, yeah, I believe that. You're going to say, I know that, fool.
Yeah.
You know, you ain't going to sit here and believe and theorize fantasies about how 2 + 2 ain't fucking 4.
Right.
And when I can show you geometry to literally prove that the sun is local, and I can prove that the sun is not 93 million miles away, I can prove it's the same size as the moon. And all this stuff is biblical, too. And that's people, and I get the most criticism from actually other Christians. They want to tell me that I'm leading people astray and blah, blah, blah. Now, here's the thing. I come from the darkness. That's how I came to the light. And so I know the enemy. I know what Satan is. I know that he'll destroy anybody. He'll pervert any type of truth. And so Satan has basically taken over industries such as NASA and all of our modern school textbooks. They teach that we come from monkeys. They teach that the earth was formed by a big bang. And all this shit
Shit just blew up. And
shit just blew up and come out of nothing, you know. And
so if the Earth is flat, it's like this table.
Yeah. So eventually, if the Earth is flat, and I'm not trying to be condescending, I don't want you to come over this table and start whooping my ass because I can't fight. So if the Earth is flat, if I start at this point and keep walking, eventually I will come to the end. I will just fall off this bitch.
Well, so it's basically illegal to go south far enough. You're talking because there's even in a flat Earth, like let's just say that this. Isaiah 40:22. God sitteth above the circle of the earth. It does not say globe. Now, do you think the people who wrote the Bible knew the difference in a sphere and a circle? Yes. They would have they would have differentiated for a reason. They said God sitteth above the circle of the earth. So let's just imagine for a second, crazy OCTE Bryce is right, and he's done his research and he knows what he's talking about. Earth is in a circle. There's a north pole. It's like the shape of a pizza. There's a north pole in the middle. There's no south pole on a circle. You see what I mean? There's still an east and west. So you can still walk east and run back into the same spot. You can still go west. And there's still a longitude and a latitude. There's still coordinates. Actually, you know what pilots use? A flat earth map. You'll never see a pilot up with the fucking globe spinning it while he's trying to navigate a flat earth. Pilots use a flat earth map. Look at the...
So it's no such thing as South Pole?
No such thing. That's why it's illegal to go to it, brother. Because if it was legal for me to prove you wrong, I'd prove you wrong right now. I'd get on a boat, fire up the engine, and we go to Antarctica. It's illegal. They'll find you, imprison you, kill you. It's not going to happen. You're never going to go South Pole. You're never going to go South Pole. If you do, you're going to have a permit from the government, and they're going to say, look, you can walk here, here, and here, but you can't go over here. They're not going to let you go nowhere. You're never going to go South Pole. Under our legal system, you're never going to go South Pole. So I can't prove to you that I'm right, but let me tell you, if you walk far enough south, you're going to hit a 200-foot ice wall. That's Antarctica. It's in the shape of a circle around the 6 continents. And that's a fact.
So the reason why you think the earth is flat is because of, you think it's biblical?
Actually, I understood that the earth was flat before I became a Christian. Then, studying the scripture, talking to God about it, I realized that that Bible is the only ancient book that has the history and the scientific knowledge that it does. No other ancient book says that the earth is flat. 5 times in Psalms, it says, the earth does not move. So all you Christians that are criticizing me, all I got to say is flip up in the Psalms, and 5 times it says, the earth does not move. First Chronicles, the earth does not move.
So we ain't spinning around the sun or anything? We just
The sun spins around us, brother. We're the image of God created. We are the pinnacle of creation from God. And he made the sun, the stars, and the moon rotate around us. And here's how another reason.
Do you think you might have, when you read the Bible, you think you might have misinterpreted it? Well, maybe
no, I've read
Jesus just made a mistake. He wasn't perfect. I mean, he made us.
Well, Jesus didn't write the Bible. Jesus didn't write the Bible. Jesus was popular enough. He had the Bible wrote about him. You're talking about the most popular figure of all time. Even Muslims, the people who hate Christianity the worst, they know a lot about Jesus. They don't hate Jesus. They believe he's a prophet. You see what I mean?
Muslims?
Muslims know that Jesus healed people. Over 500 people seen him come back to life after they beat him to death. Muslims know that Jesus had supernatural powers. They know talk to a Muslim. They'll say, yes, Jesus healed. He made the blind people see. But they won't tell you that Jesus rose back up. That's the thing. They think that most Muslims think that the body was either confiscated, stolen from the apostles, or that they actually faked Jesus' death. Some of them think they killed Judas on the cross, and then after Judas was dead, Jesus came back, and that's how everybody saw him afterwards. But most Muslims will agree Jesus healed the blind, healed the sick, either died on the cross or somebody died on his cross, but he was seen afterwards too. But they just don't believe it was supernatural. So even Muslims got my back on 90% of the stuff I'm saying.
What do you think the Jews say?
The Jews, man, they're the one that killed him. They hate him.
Yeah.
You know, they absolutely hate him. Not quite sure what they would say. They would say he's blasphemous. Yeah. They would say that he's a God wannabe. That's what they would say. But he's not a wannabe. He is the way and the truth and the life and the only name that will cast out a demon. And here's how you know. Here's how you know. When you talk about all these movies and all these stories that talk about demons, what do all these satanic people have in common? There's one thing these satanic people have. When they're summoning demons, what do they have? What do they have in their hands? What are they using for their rituals? Come on, guys.
A fucking pitchfork or some shit?
No.
What?
All of them. All of these demon summoners will use an upside-down cross.
Oh, yeah.
All of them. Because the cross is the truth.
Right.
All people who want to summon demons know you summon demons with an upside-down cross. You have to pervert the truth. That tells you the cross is the truth. It is the way and the life. And I've cast out demons in the name of Jesus. So I know this stuff, and I get made fun of, but that's okay. I'm trying to help people that are drowning in sin like I was, because I know if you think you're going to run around with promiscuous women and live a life of stupidity and not pay for it, you're sadly mistaken. these demons will destroy you, and all you have to do is speak the name of Jesus.
He did.
I got one
through that. He's getting destroyed by all the demons.
Well, he deserves it. He's evil. He's a straight drinking the blood of children type of fool.
He's right down cross-wearing fucker. Huh?
Yeah, I don't like that dude.
How would you explain their satellite pictures?
The satellite pictures?
Well, it's this simple. Right. You know who uses all the helium on the planet? 98, 99% of the helium. Go ahead, take a guess.
Shit, I don't know. I'm like stupid today.
Well, I'll tell you. Ain't no guess. I'll tell you.
It ain't the Jews, is it?
It ain't no guess. Well, they probably run the shit. I'll tell you who uses 98% of the helium. I'll tell you who uses 99% of the helium. NASA.
Okay, yeah.
Now, why the fuck they going to use helium if they can put rockets in space? They can't put rockets in space. It is blocked by the firmament. The firmament, mentioned in Genesis, separates the waters above from the waters below. There's a firmament, an impenetrable barrier. And most Christians don't even believe in the firmament. Mm-hmm. Most of them don't even. And then I come out and say, hey, I know what the firmament is. It's in the shape of a rainbow. In fact, that's how rainbows are formed. Mm-hmm. How do you get curved light that makes a rainbow? It has to be mirroring something that's curved exactly the same as it, the same angulation.
Like and water too, right?
Exactly. If you put white light on a prism, a flat prism, you're going to get a reflected rainbow, a straight rainbow. Now, look, here's the thing. To make a rainbow curve, it has to be in. Are rainbows ever a different shape? Do you ever see a rainbow zigzagging?
No, it's just curved.
They all curve. Guess what? That is because it is mimicking the shape of the firmament. The firmament is like of glass, mentioned in Job. It is like molten glass, and it is a reflective surface, so we can see right through it into the heavens. You can look up and see in the stars the heaven. That when you look up, that's heaven that you're seeing. You're looking through the firmament that it talks about in Genesis. Now, here's another thing that once again, if you're a Christian, you're going to have to pick. Do you believe NASA or do you believe the Bible? Because here it is in the Bible. God made the sun and the moon and the stars. 3 different words, 3 different things, differentiated on purpose. The Bible does not waste a word. The Bible's not like me. It don't just ramble senselessly and have to be told to shut up. The Bible says everything that needs to be said and not nothing more. It differentiated the sun and the moon and the stars on the first page of the book. Mm-hmm. Okay? Now, what does NASA tell you? The sun is a star, and the stars are the sun. If you read the Bible clearly, it says that the sun and the moon and the stars, there's 3 different bodies. Mm-hmm. And so when I'm telling you that NASA says that the sun are stars and that they're off in the distance, I'm telling you, NASA's full of shit. The sun don't twinkle. You ever heard the song Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star? They wrote that back a long time ago because they look at the stars and they say, hey, these things twinkle. Well, guess what don't twinkle? The sun. What's an ancient book that differentiates the sun and the moon and the stars as 3 separate things? The Bible. Mm-hmm. What does NASA teach, though? The sun is stars. Right. They're the same thing. They're just further away. No, the sun and the stars are different. The sun will never twinkle. It is not a star. It's a great light to rule the day. I don't even think it's running off of helium, hydrogen, things like. I think it's damn near supernatural great light.
What about those like when NASA go up in space and they show like pictures of the globe and it looks around as fuck. You know, like a sphere.
Every single picture.
Look at these photos.
Right, and now let's look at this one.
Let's look at actual photos.
Pull up one of them and then pull up the other. You'll see the inconsistency in the size of the continent. See the size of America there? Uh-huh. Now pull up another one and you'll see Africa will be the same. It's inconsistency in the proportions of the continents. You'll see.
You say the land
look
masses
at that,
change.
guys. Look at that shit. You see the land masses change. Look, it's Photoshop. Guys, get the fuck out of here. You're going to tell me that's a real picture? Get the fuck out of here, man. That's a Photoshop picture, and you know it, and I know it. Now, does that mean that we know based off of one Photoshop picture or all Photoshop pictures that they're completely lying about everything? No, but I'm just telling you, when one person lies about one thing, they're habitual liars. They'll lie again and again. They'll lie to your face. They'll steal your money. They'll fuck your wife. They'll kill your children, and that's what I'm telling you NASA is. It is demonic.
Yeah, you got me on fucking my wife part.
Oh, they're evil, brother. NASA is the most evil of the most evil, and I'm trying to tell you this. We ain't been to the moon. And let me get back to the helium.
Okay.
Here's why it's important to know that NASA takes all the helium. Their satellites are on balloons, buddy. They put it on balloon,
Uh-huh.
and then it floats. It's that simple.
That's got to be a powerful damn
Right.
balloon.
Well, check this
That
out.
shit heavy as hell.
Okay,
Satellite.
okay. Pull up a video of a satellite getting rediscovered. They fall down all the time. What do they got attached to them? Every time, balloon.
Balloon.
They're fucking balloons. Okay, they're not nothing. They ain't up in no rocket. You can't go.
It's not zero gravity.
Gravity ain't real. There ain't no such thing as gravity. It's Freemason symbolism. It's all bullshit, brother. There's no such thing as gravity.
Like,
why does a rock fall in the water? Because of gravity? Don't you bullshit me. Tell me, why does a rock fall in the water?
Because it's heavy. It's heavy.
What's the word for it? Come on.
Denser.
Yes. Yes. Density's why things fall. Things don't fall because of gravity. Things
So
fall
gravity is just some.
but made up bullshit. It's to make you feel inferior, like you're not a scientist. Oh, I have to trust these scientists.
Hey, let me do some talking. you all get iron time. Look, like people used to say we didn't go to the moon, right? I didn't believe them until I went to
don't believe you.
until I went to go look at the footage, and that footage looked fake to me, right?
Well, of course it is fake. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why it looks fake to you, because it is fake. You have your own discernment, brother. Have your own wisdom. Have your own confidence.
Yeah.
Don't believe everything that these stupid motherfuckers tell you.
Yeah.
Look
Well,
at
I
some,
totally don't believe we've been to the moon.
well, thank God,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I think it's actually anti-Christian to believe it. It's almost. Now, I'm not saying you're going to hell, but I think as a Christian, you have to have discernment. Who is the enemy?
Hey.
Why are they? Who's
Right.
trying to pervert the truth?
Bring
NASA is perverting the truth.
Right, bring up some footage when we went to the moon.
Oh, it's bullshit, bro. It make my blood boil over here. I'll break this table, man. I'll get so mad.
Oh shit!
No.
So look at the rover. That shit crazy.
It's supposedly there's no gravity on the moon.
Right.
So why he ain't floating out in outer space?
Well, the gravity on the moon would be 1/6 of what it is on Earth if gravity
Right.
was real. Gravity's not real. And let me tell you a number one factor that would really
at
put
this
this
shit.
whole thing. This is what would foil this whole thing. Did y'all know that if the moon is what NASA says that it is,
Hey, if it was
that's
no,
fake.
if
Where's the stars in the background?
Yeah,
Right.
Where's the stars, guys?
yeah,
Yeah.
They can't fake the stars. They can't
Yeah.
fake the constellations, so they just blacked them out.
and where's the dust at?
There's
Yeah.
no dust, brother. I mean, you could tell that it's all fake, man. And so you got to have spiritual discernment, because this is the devil lying to you to try to make you think that there's no God. And here's the thing. Shoot, we was talking about the moon. Oh, okay. Here's another thing, okay? If NASA's correct, the sun, the temperature on the moon's surface would be over boiling water.
Right.
You realize that
Because they have
because it
no
has no
atmosphere.
atmosphere to block
Right.
the sun's light. So the temperature would be some 240 degrees. You really think it's 240 up there and they're
Yeah.
up there? No,
Run
fucking-
around in a suit.
The rubber on the tires would melt. How did that big ass thing get in that little pod?
Right.
Yeah.
Remember that little pod they popped out of?
Yeah.
Who was filming when they popped out? Because actually, it wasn't a still camera. The dude moved the
Right.
camera.
Yeah.
So who's holding the camera and moving? Because it's not a set camera where he just goes out of frame. Armstrong, where Armstrong just goes
Right.
out of frame.
Right.
Somebody
The camera's
moved,
actually following them.
followed Armstrong.
And the thing about the camera, when you shooting a movie, you got to have it on
Stabilized.
a stabilizer, right?
Really
So
shaky.
the footage won't be shaky. How did they have that technology way back then?
Yeah.
You up on the moon and someone's following you.
Hey, I want to see him walking on the moon. One small step for man, one step, whatever the hell he said.
It's all bullshit, dude. It's
What did he say? One small step for man,
one
another
giant
step for America.
mankind.
Some shit.
Yeah, I want to see the footage when they left the moon too.
It's-
Like they left the camera there to catch that footage.
It's fake. My favorite one is that module taking off. That's from the moon.
Yeah.
That's my absolute
Monday dot-
favorite. It's so funny, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Com is the
they're all
platform that
fucking
helps
laughing.
your
It's-
work move smoothly. Why? Because
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
I can't get internet connection in my backyard, but they got it
Yeah.
up there.
July
on the-
20th marks the 49th anniversary of the Apollo 11 moon landing.
Buzz is erecting the solar wind
Actually,
experiment now.
Back to satellites. If all of our connection
Only a
comes off
dozen
of satellites,
astronauts
guys,
have
how come
walked
I can walk out in my backyard and lose connection?
Yeah.
Well, because
On the
most
surface-
of our stuff comes from towers. Trees block it.
Right.
You see, you're not getting a signal vertically coming down from a satellite. You've been
Right.
fooled, dude. You're
Yeah.
getting signals from fucking towers that project it. That's why if you
towers.
stand in a bunch of dense trees, you lose your fucking signal. If you go to the bottom of a hill, go to the biggest hill in your town, whip out your phone, you probably lose signal because you're getting signal from towers that project it downward, not
from satellites.
no shit, dude. I could sit here and drop knowledge all day. Here's another thing. Believe in satellites, they actually contradict themselves. They have to travel at 17,500 miles an hour above the Earth's surface to defy gravity, to actually float. That's what these astrophysicists claim. So traveling 17,500 miles an hour, that's how you get anti-gravity. You go 17,499, you fall back to Earth. You burn up. Okay, well, here's the thing. They're traveling 20,000 miles an hour plus all around the Earth. How many is there? Supposedly 100,000. They ain't ever hitting each other? They don't need no maintenance?
Yeah.
Show
So
me
you-
one thing on this planet don't need fucking maintenance that you don't have a motherfucker working on. I got a telephone pole out in my fucking yard. It needs worked on every other 2 months, but
Yeah.
we have a satellite up there for 10 years running off of no fuel, needing no maintenance, not hitting other satellites. Oh, but I can't get a signal in my fucking backyard. No, fuck y'all. I have hatred for these people, and it's going to make me look evil almost. It's going to make me look a little corrupted, but remember, I hate the enemy. I love Jesus Christ, and that's why I profess all this stuff, and I'm not scared to. And any of my hatred is just because I hate evil. And I know that these evil people have perverted the truth,
So
and
you-
they're lying to children.
So you think we're living in a simulation?
No, absolutely not. This is real. This is real. Anybody saying we live in a simulation, they're not of God.
I mean, a false simulation, like the Truman Show. You know, like everything's
a lie.
Everything is a lie.
Right.
Yes,
right.
yes. And I believe that we live in basically a dome. A firmament is over us. And I believe in a firmament because it's scriptural. You know, and like I said, it's in the shape of a rainbow. That's how rainbows are made. It's a reflection of light off of the firmament.
Y'all want to finish looking at that moon?
Of the moon, all of them Americans.
Yeah.
And of those 12, only 4 are still alive. Here are the moon men.
Look at the flag.
From the first lunar mission, Apollo 11, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin set foot on the satellite.
Tranquility Base.
May
here.
God forgive
The
'em.
Eagle has landed.
May God
Armstrong
have
retired
mercy
from
on their
NASA
souls,
in
because that might get you sent to
1971.
hell right
Long
there,
ago,
lying to
I
children,
learned that all
telling
engineering
children
is a
that you
matter
went to
of
the moon
designing
and your ass
machines
didn't
to
go to the
solve
moon.
problems.
Yeah.
He
You might
served
just
as
go
a
to hell,
corporate
Buzz
spokesman
Aldrin.
for
You might just go
several
to
businesses.
hell, Lance
Though he
Armstrong.
had
Now
a
that's not up to
reputation
me.
for being reclusive,
But I'm
he
just
did
telling you,
speak
that's
at
a sin
public
of the
events,
highest degree,
host a
man.
science series, and teach
Lying to
college.
children to push your
Armstrong
fucking
died in
beliefs.
2012 at age 82.
Fuck him.
Buzz Aldrin, the second man on the moon,
Fucking
has
piece
had
of
a
shit.
higher public
Piece of
profile.
shit.
Look at those
He's been
pictures
an
they
Oh,
take.
you
outspoken
fuck you,
advocate for
Freemasons.
space
Fuck you.
He's been an outspoken
I work
advocate
hard
for
and pay
space
taxes, so these
exploration,
dudes bum
including
off my
manned
taxes.
missions to
Yeah.
Mars.
These dudes are billionaires
It was
off
a
my
challenge
taxes.
to do something surpassing the Russians.
A popular guest on the talk show circuit, he even appeared on Dancing with the
That's how he
Stars in
justifies it.
2010.
All right, took
At
this
age
shit off.
86,
Yeah, that old piece of shit.
So if I start walking on the earth and it's flat, before I get to the edge,
You get arrested.
I get arrested because I'm thinking if the earth is flat, that'd be like one of the biggest tourist attractions in the world.
I'll be honest with you. You'll
I wouldn't
probably
even go to the Grand Canyon anymore. I'm going to the end of the earth.
you probably beyond get arrested. You probably just disappear. I mean, think about the people.
They
who
probably push you off that bit.
Yeah.
Oh man, look what I saw. I'm gonna go tell everybody.
They said, sorry, nigga, you saw too much.
Wile E. Coyote. Hey, hey, hey! Oh, you sound like a white guy. Hey! We got these Jeep Wrangler, Rubicon, 20, 24, 37-inch tires, 18-inch wheels. Y'all know why we do this, right?
Why?
Not just because we're just great black guys, because we're giving back. Yeah, we used to give thousands of dollars each month advertising our giveaways on Facebook, and all they was doing was censor us. I said, no, I'm not doing that. Let me talk. I said, I ain't doing that no more. I'm gonna incentivize the people that support us. That's why we give back. We gave back how much? About $2 million in trucks and cash? Yeah, something like that. Man, it's a bunch. Go to FisherHorseTwins.com. Anything you buy from the site, yeah, get you automatically entered to win. Yeah.
No purchase necessary. Board where prohibited. See official rules for details.
Yeah.
That's like I don't believe that we landed on the moon, but I'm still not sold on the Earth being flat though. But
Well-
I'm getting there.
Well,
I'm getting there.
Well, here's the good thing is for everybody who don't believe me, it has nothing to do with salvation. You're not going to go to heaven or hell based off of your belief in what the shape the earth is. But the reason I'm so passionate about it is because I know that these lies are all working in unison to create a picture that is false, a narrative that is is untrue. They're attempting to pervert the truth, and the truth is we came from God. The creation story is completely accurate in the Bible. Adam and Eve, all that's accurate. And the Big Bang is all a bunch of big nonsense.
Yeah, it's
all,
just dumb. Big Bang.
And
these are physicists, scientists. Like,
you know,
I know how everything created. Just everything, just boom.
Yeah, and it's bullshit, man. Like Neil deGrasse Tyson, actor. Michio Kaku, actor. Bill Nye Science Guy, actor. These guys are fools, man. They ain't fucking scientists. They don't know shit. What did Bill Nye the Science Guy invent? What about Neil deGrasse Tyson? What did his punk ass invent?
Yeah.
Nothing. That bitch ain't done nothing.
He says men can be women.
Right. These
Neil
dudes are
deGrasse Tyson.
These dudes are the scummiest people on the earth. They lie to children. And here's the thing is those guys are in on it. Bill Nye knows. In fact, he gets frustrated in an interview. Bill Nye does, and he actually lets it slip. He says, look, we can't leave the earth. It's a contained system. He knows about the firmament. He said it to a kid. He said there is no way we can leave the earth. It is contained. He knows about the firmament. Which means he knows the scripture is right, which means he's of Satan. So I can tell you right now, Bill Nye, fuck you. You're my enemy. I'll beat your ass.
Now, you challenged Joe Rogan, right, for a debate?
But I don't have the hatred for Joe Rogan that I have for some of these evil people, because Joe Rogan, he's just fucking stupid, man. He just doesn't know any better. He's fucking stupid. He really thinks we came from monkeys. And here's he's a stupid motherfucker, man. And he's telling kids that. That's why he's so stupid, man. He's telling kids. That's why I hate that he's telling kids that, because I
You know why he's saying that? Because he's a monkey lover.
Yeah, man. Well, here's what I want to tell him. I want to say, Joe, why don't you go fuck a monkey and then see how many kids you can make with it. If you really believe that, Joe, because here's the thing: at one point or the other, if that's what you believe, a monkey fucked a person, or a monkey fucked a monkey and then made a person, or a caveman fucked another caveman and made a monkey, and then at some point a monkey fucked a person and made a caveman and made a person. It does not make sense. And they're gonna now. Here's where they.
It would be pretty hard to fuck a monkey, man. Them things are strong.
But here's the thing, dude. It's like
They fucking you.
but here's how you know it's all bullshit, man. Is well, you can just think about it and you just think, hey, it's all bullshit. But they're gonna try to attack me. They're gonna say, oh no, a monkey didn't fuck a monkey and make a person. They share a common ancestor. And when I hear somebody say common ancestor, it takes every Holy Spirit bit of energy in me not to slap the shit out of them. Because when they start saying, oh, we share a common ancestor, I hate that word. I slap the shit out of a motherfucker for saying that. You gonna tell me we have a common ancestor? What is it? Is it a monkey, a caveman, or a person? And did that fuck a person, a monkey, or a caveman to make a baby, to make a human baby? Which one of those three fucked the other? Which one of those three to make a baby? Something that is neither of those three.
Yeah, like evolution, they said shit crawled out of the water.
But we
and
share.
then stood up and said,
Yeah, but we share a common ancestor with them. It's not no. They're trying to tell you in a fancy way that a monkey fucked a monkey and made a human, but they won't say it. They're scared to say that. So they'll say we shared a common ancestor. And when I hear that word common ancestor, that's when I just want to fucking left hook them real bad, because I just want them to shut the fuck up, you know? And
Hey, Herschel Walker said it best. If we came from monkeys, why are there still monkeys?
well, that's a terrible example. And let me tell you why. Did dogs come from wolves?
shit, I don't know.
Well, you best say yes, because
Oh, they did? Okay. Since you know. Yeah.
but that's why I don't like that example. That's a terrible example, because there could be some of both, or one could have died off. But because there's an example of something that has adapted, and they're still both breeds. There's still dogs and there's still wolves. We know that dogs didn't used to exist, like French bulldogs and stuff. They only exist from breeding with wolves and then breeding their genetics to select the ones that we want.
Yeah, a lot of humans did that.
Yeah, humans did that.
Yeah.
Now, you know what dogs and wolves have in common that monkeys and humans will never have in common?
What's that?
The number of chromosomes. Dogs and wolves have the same number of chromosomes. Monkeys and humans don't. Something with 23 chromosomes can't make something with 24. Something with 24 can't breed with something with 23.
Yeah.
Monkeys and humans are different, and all these common ancestors, lying people, they make me really mad. And I'm cursing a lot and calling people stupid, but that's what I think, man.
When they say that, when we came from monkeys, it's like saying a cat can breed with a dog.
It's different. You're saying that things with different chromosomes can fuck each other and make something with another chromosome. It's impossible. We don't have any examples of it. And That's just what it is. And so basically, the best example, the best guess at what happened is God just made us in His image. Boom. You know, we're never really going to be able to understand that, but that's okay because God has some wisdom and things that we just literally can't fathom with our material brains, you know?
Yeah. God made some ugly shit. Have you seen a duck-billed platypus? Damn, duck-bill, what's another ugly-ass animal? Like, man, that is ugly. Why the hell did he make that?
But they all have...
An armadillo? It's a rat with a shell on that bitch.
Yeah.
Just hit it. Snakes. Oh, that was a serpent in the Garden of Eden.
Yeah, I don't like snakes. Hey, speaking of, NASA's symbol is a serpent's tongue. You know that?
No, I didn't know that.
It's because they hide it, but it's right there in plain sight. If you pull
right
up
there?
if you pull up a picture of NASA's logo, it's a serpent's tongue. They are of the devil.
Let's get a picture of NASA's logo.
It's a serpent's tongue right there. It's the tongue of a serpent, buddy. NASA, that's a Hebrew word for deceive.
No shit. That's Jewish.
I'm trying to educate people. Remember, all my hatred is because I actually love people. So when I get mad and call this person stupid or call that person stupid, it's because I love them and I care enough to actually call them out.
Yeah. Hey, I didn't know you have rap music. I didn't know you were a rapper.
I do like to rap.
Yeah?
That's
Hey, can you go and give us some bars, give us a taste over here.
shoot, man. I've been sitting on some bars here for quite a while. And I would love the opportunity to drop some bars for the Lord.
Yeah, this is your platform, brother.
Thank you, brother.
You better be able to rap after you said the world is flat. You're going to lose all credibility.
No, let's hear it.
Yeah. I know you from Arkansas.
I don't really care to be sounding too generically. I do this for my therapy, so let me say with clarity, you come in swinging carelessly. I light you up like kerosene. That's just real embarrassing, and I do think apparently there was a disparity because there ain't no comparing me. I'm just inherently too tired of these Pharisees and Sadducees. It's sad to see hating on your majesty. I mention Jesus' name, and then everybody gets mad at me. I talk about my past, and then they accuse me of blasphemy. Actually, I'm just speaking factually. I've gradually progressed from my tragedies and turned into a masterpiece, straight from the hands from the master of peace, who rose from the cross after deceased, and demons in his presence are fast to release. He conquered doom in the gloom, from the womb to the tomb. Demons zoom from the room and is shrivel like prunes. He rains down hellfire that's harder than June, down in Arkansas where they know the second coming is soon. Newsflash, buddy, we didn't come from baboons. We come from the God who hung the sun, stars, and the moon all up in the firmament, and his love is so permanent. I've been sinning a lot, but what you concerning it? All my sin is forgiven by the true God that is living. All the visions I'm given is by the one who is risen.
Yep, I'm sold. Earth is flat.
Yeah.
The earth is flat.
Damn, that's a lot of breath control there.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll rap battle Satan right now. Put him on the mic. I'll rap battle all these demons out here, man. Yeah. I'm here to put Christ back into this music. But you know, Satan attacks the music industry so heavily because he was gifted with that music gift. Did you know that Lucifer, he was an angel of singing? He was gifted in that department. That's why he specifically controls through music. And that's why I try to honor the Lord with all my music. Now, a lot of my music is earthly, and I do curse in it, and that's you know.
There ain't nothing wrong with cursing. It's
Like,
cursing
it's
for a
imagine.
reason.
There's a time and a place, and I don't like to curse in front of kids. And
Right.
So but there's a time and a place. I make adult music, you know, and but so what I just dropped, man, that's some of my most holy, righteous stuff. Like I had to talk to God to make that music. I had to, how I actually made that series of bars that I just dropped was just basically visualizing Jesus getting beaten to death.
Yeah.
And when I visualize Jesus getting beat to death by these people, these Pharisees and Sadducees, it brings out that holy wrath in me. And I just want to crush them. I want to destroy them. And that's how I get that energy. That's the only inspiration I have to rap, you know, because it takes extreme focus to be able to do something like that.
Yeah, I bet it's mentally draining too.
Very. And it takes repetition and practice. And I'm proud of my work, but I know it's, you know, I'm not perfect or nothing, but I do the best that I can with my bars.
Right.
I don't
Way
put out
better
no,
rapper than me.
well, I don't put out no weak shit. I don't put out no gay shit with all this bullshit.
Yeah, I ain't down with that gay rapper.
Down that gay shit.
I stick it in your butt, then I make you swallow it.
No, brother, that ain't me.
That's all the gay rap I got. What you say? I said I'll stick you in the butt, then I make you suck it.
They'll probably sign you right now, these evil fucking Jews. Fuck. That sounded too realistic. I think I heard that one on the radio before.
Yeah, sometimes I listen to a lot of music, especially amongst the blacks culturally. I mean, you listen to the lyrics, man, when you sit back and just stop listening to the beat and just listen to the lyrics, it is pure poison.
It's demonic. It is actually demonic. It's not of this earth. We're up against. This is a spiritual battle. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, against principalities.
All black music is about killing and fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's about sex and violence.
Yeah. They do all the fucking after they do all the killing.
That's the truth.
That's how they celebrate.
That's the truth, brother.
Yeah.
And I mean, this goes back to Babylon, brother. Like these people that are controlling these industries, they've been doing it since Babylon. We're talking about bloodlines that they inherit so much wealth, and then they use that wealth to systematically control people. Like, you know, this isn't something that was done in one generation. These people been doing this, been killing children, been drinking their blood 3, 4, 5,000 years.
Yeah, like when it comes to religion, like anybody can be Christian, right? Anybody can be Muslim. But I didn't know not everybody can become a Jewish.
That ain't right. Right there. That tells you right there that's bullshit.
Like, I can't become Jewish.
Right.
Why is that?
Right.
They said only a certain bloodline can be Jewish.
And that's how you know it's bullshit.
It's like
right
nepotistic.
Yeah.
Nepotism.
Who wants to have a God that only picks certain blooded people? Who wants to worship that? That's just stupid.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear a Jewish person explain that because I've actually never heard that. I haven't researched the Jewish faith enough. But here's the thing: is like they believe all of the Old Testament, but they think the New Testament is blasphemous.
Right.
So,
yeah, you know what? I'm not too much of a history buff, but I've never came across a country who bombed its own people to fight terrorism. It doesn't make sense. You never see, like when we was fighting terrorism in this country, we never started bombing states or cities. But Israel's been, by all accounts, it's been celebrated for it from within our own communities. Now, people are starting to wake up. Like we did a poll on our Twitter. We asked the question: is Israel damn, I forgot the damn tweet. Is Israel a terrorist state or country?
Yeah.
And overwhelmingly, a majority of them said yes.
Yeah, we put true or false.
Yeah.
Some people said, no, it's a yes or no question, not true or false. I'm like, man, you know what the hell I'm saying.
Right.
But last I checked the poll, after like 50,000 votes, 75% is a terrorist state.
Yeah.
Flat out, Israel.
Yeah. So
their government, not the Jewish people.
Yeah.
Their government.
This is we, the people, that's saying that on both sides, regardless if your politics, Democrat or Republican, everybody is saying that except for our government.
yeah, I think that they're trying to start World War III. I mean, this stuff can't be done on accident. So much catastrophe, so much calamity. Like, this stuff is highly planned by people trying to bring these wars out. These wars aren't accidental.
Yeah.
They're being planned.
Yeah. Yeah. These wars
Adults can't sit down and go through a diplomatic process to keep people from dying. Say it.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole war in Ukraine, Putin said this for decades. Ukraine cannot go into NATO. I'm going to protect my border. It's its own country. It
And
can't be in NATO.
they've painted Putin as this killer, this terrorist of men. But
Putin's welcome over at my farm. I'll tell you that right now. We'd grill a steak if Putin comes over. I like that Putin.
yeah,
I don't like Joe Biden. He's a pedophile. When somebody sniffs a child, I know they're a pedophile. Well, here's the thing:
weird.
is like I've encountered 2 pedophiles. Both of them have been locked up now. But like when you're dealing with a pedophile, they generally have some type of slip.
a fetish.
Yeah, and you'll see it. You'll just know like something's wrong with that person.
He's saying it out loud.
5 years later, they'll slip up. They'll be in prison. You'll be like, I knew. You know what I mean? But I had a teacher who was fucking kids. But she would always hug the football players. I mean, she's fucking 12-year-old dudes. You know what I'm saying? This 40-year-old woman. But
Did that whole thing about sniffing? You can.
only a pedophile will sniff a child's hair, another child's hair that's not theirs. I've never sniffed a child's hair that's not mine. I don't sniff child's hair. You'll never see me do it. There'll never be a video of me doing it. Biden, you pull about 10 videos of him sniffing children's hair. This is a thing that he's done before he molests children. He is a child molester. He's a pedophile.
We got 4K footage of it, and then we got his. He had actually had the FBI looking for a very important diary of
his daughter.
Of his daughter,
And then
because
that
Probably
diary.
he molested her.
Yeah, they used to take showers together.
Yeah, he molested her. That's what I'm saying. It's like These people are evil. We're fighting pedophiles that have been ruling the world since 5,000 years ago, since Babylon. And honestly,
Look at all the Catholic priests there. Nothing came about
Yeah,
it.
exactly. All the Pope, a bunch of child molesters. Fuck all of them, man. But here's the thing is, that I really believe, because of what we've let this nation downward spiral into, I believe that we've lost the blessing of God. I believe we've lost our protection. We have our leader as a pedophile.
Mm-hmm.
Just imagine being God. Try to imagine God looking down on the United States and say, I've blessed you so tremendously. You won the First World War. You won the Second World War. I let you beat the Brits. I let you have the religious freedom that you always wanted. And now you send your kids to these public schools. Now they're all corrupted. They're all faggots. And now look, you got your president as a fucking pedophile. I'm going to bring down my wrath on you. And I think the wrath of God is coming to this nation. And that's why I started farming. Because I believe that farming is the only path to freedom. In Jeremiah, when the Israelites were enslaved in Egypt, he tells, I can't remember who wrote the scripture, who was speaking, but basically God tells a medium, he says, look, tell the people of Israel, plant gardens, take wives, make children. They were enslaved at the time. So God tells an enslaved nation that he loves, make gardens, take wives, and make children. Those are his 3 instructions. I think that's the only path to freedom. So when I came to Christ, it was like, okay, I got to ramp up the farm because that's my ark. You see, that's my ark. When the world floods, I'm going to be safe in my ark. Well, when the world starves to death, I want to have my ark. I want to have my freedom. I want to have the farm to produce the food. I want to feed the Lord's army because we're gonna be controlled by our food. If they can control your food, they control anything that you want. That they want. They can get anything they want from you if they feed you. If you make your own food, you can't be controlled. You can't be told what to do because you ain't feeding me. I'm feeding myself. And now the second parts of the instructions, make your garden, take your wives, and make children. My kid ain't going to no public school. I'm homeschooling my kid in the name of Jesus Christ. He's going to learn the Bible as a fact, and he's going to learn why all this shit is degenerate. Right. My kid's going to know why our nation has fallen, why this calamity and tragedy and these wars are happening. And my kid is going to be blessed by the Holy Spirit of Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like there was a slippery slope when they started letting gay people get married.
Right, Obama did that because, his wife is actually a dude. I don't know if y'all know Michelle is Michael. I don't know if y'all know that. You can tell by his traps. Pull up a picture of Michael, dude. Look at his traps, bro.
Yeah, pull up Big Mike.
Big Mike, bro.
That's what they call her. Y'all, you really think she's a dude?
I don't think I know. Yeah. I don't think 2 + 2 is 4. I know 2 + 2 is 4. I know that motherfucker's got a dick. I seen him dancing on Ellis. On Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah,
I seen him dancing on Ellen DeGeneres, and his dick was flopping around.
It looked pretty big, too. That shit was flaccid.
It made me insecure. Hey, I'm a grower, not a shower, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man, what's that?
That's a dick and nuts, dude, tucked in a little fanny pack. That's a dude, man. Michelle is Michael, and that's why Obama came up with this gay marriage legalized, because he's a fag.
Fake news. Photo does not show Michelle Obama with a penis. Alan Duke.
Yeah, go watch Michael dancing on the Ellen show.
Yeah, go to YouTube,
right there,
pull
bro.
up the video.
Yeah.
Thing be slinging around like a piece of bologna.
There you go.
What they like scanning?
Well, I know. Because I seen it. The truth is, brother, a lot of these videos get taken off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, see, the one that I seen, you can't even find it. Look!
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Look, brother,
Yeah.
it's dangling, brother.
Yeah.
Thing be dangling, man. And so that's what I'm saying is like, that's what I think about Obama. Fucking gay, man.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
But he ain't as bad as damn George Bush. You know,
Yeah.
George Bush, he did 9/11. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
all these people are evil. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying I hate Obama worse than I hate Bush, worse than I hate Clinton. Hell, Clinton's probably the worst pedophile out of all of them. I hate all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I hate the evil things that they do. As a Christian, you're commanded not to hate somebody, but you can hate what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I do. I hate what they do, but I love these people, and I don't want nobody to go to hell. But if I had to guess, some of them are.
Yeah. A lot of them are. That shit crazy as hell.
How you feel about Trump?
I trust him.
Yeah. Yeah. He says things out loud that a lot of people thinking that most people won't say, especially politicians. That's why I think he resonates with so many people on the right, because he's sincere and he's genuine.
Yeah.
It turns off
not
a
fake.
lot of people, but I mean, if you ever really pay attention to politicians, they're professional liars. When someone says something that's genuine and true, more often than not, it's going to hurt your feelings. It's not going to make you feel good.
Yeah. Democrats are good at being fake. Telling people what they want to hear.
Yeah. They've mastered the to make people, vote for me because I'm nice. Oh, he's so nice. He's so friendly. And that's you shouldn't look for that in your president. You should look for somebody that's
going to call out the truth and as a leader.
Yeah.
That's what you need as a president.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, before we let you go, I know when we launch this podcast, it's going to be very controversial.
No, absolutely.
Controversial. I know people is going to attack you. Are you ready for that?
I fear no man. I fear God and God alone. I fear no demon in hell. I'll cast him out in the name of Jesus Christ.
So you're not scared of Ben Shapiro?
He's a bitch. Ben Shapiro's a bitch. And let me tell you why he's a bitch. Because ain't he the one always talking about how we need... First off, he's dehumanizing the enemy. He's dehumanizing the enemy. He's saying these people aren't human. They're heathens. They're heathens. That's him justifying his want to go bomb them.
Yeah.
They're humans, you dummy.
They label Palestinians, the people that used to originally live there, amongst the Jews and the Muslims in Palestine. They're labeling them like they're not even citizens of Israel. They dehumanize. They don't even recognize those people as citizens. And then they're going as far as bombing their own people, and they say, "Oh, we fighting terrorism."
And that's the kind of hatred that's going to lead towards World War III. It's a bunch of Ben Shapiros telling you, oh, you got to give up your life to go fight my war for me. He wants you to go save all the Jews over there. By saving the Jews, he means bomb the Muslim kids. That's what Ben Shapiro wants, and he's too big of a bitch to come out and say it. I'll say it right to his face. I tell him he's a bitch. He wants to bum off my tax dollars. Hey, does Ben Shapiro weld? Does he do plumbing? Does he do electrics?
Nope.
What does he do for this country? Oh, he sits on his bitch ass and gets my taxes. I tell you right now, fuck you, Ben Shapiro. I'll beat your ass. And look, if you mess with Candace Owens, I promise you, if you lay one little greasy finger on Candace Owens, I'm going to beat your ass. I'm going to roll up on you, shirts off. I'm going to have the twins with me. We're going to beat your ass because you messed with Candace Owens. We're going to be looking shirts off, me in the middle. We're going to look like a 6-foot-tall Oreo coming at you, buddy. We're going to stomp your ass to the ground. Don't you mess with Candy, baby. I'm telling you right now, I don't like Ben Shapiro. I'll say it to his face. Bring him on the show. Because he wants Christian people in this country that he already steals their tax dollars off of. He's part of this corrupted government. He's a piece of shit just like the rest of them. He wants us to go die to bomb Muslim kids for his Jewish people because he's too scared to do it. How come Ben Shapiro, since he's all about this war, how come he don't sign up for the army? Because he's a bitch.
Yeah. I'm
Straight up.
These wars, man, back in World War II, that war meant something. We was fighting someone is evil. These wars nowadays, it's all manufactured.
World War II, that was straight up.
Yeah.
That was straight up.
Yeah.
This is all manufactured.
And I ain't playing around, dude. He can get it, man. If he wants to fight me, I don't care what weight. I don't care.
Ben Shapiro ain't fighting you at 50 pounds. He ain't fighting nobody.
No, he ain't fighting. He sure as hell ain't going to fight for his country, fight for his people. He's a coward.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of conservatives don't realize the influence the country of Israel have on our country, everything in our country.
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to politics, if you don't
When it
have
comes to your
Israel
funding.
backing your donations, you're not going to win.
No, it's
They
all the money.
control all of that.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, they're the ones who made the Federal Reserve. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. The Rothschilds, all that.
Yeah.
Well, man,
This has been a great show. Hey, what you got going? Where can people find you?
Arkansas, baby.
I know you guys.
Where at in Arkansas?
Some social media.
But I'm preparing for World War III. I'm sitting there building up that farm, making kids.
Yeah.
We ready to fight for the Lord. We ready to die on the great day of the Lord.
Yeah.
Man, you one of the good ones, man.
Yeah.
God bless you guys, man.
God bless you,
Thank you
brother.
so much. It's an
Thanks for
honor.
coming
Dude.
to our show,
I love
man.
you guys with all my heart.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.